Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to... Wait, that's not how I introduce this shit. Hello, hello. I've forgotten how to do this. Hello, welcome back to the Retrobates podcast. It's been about a month. We've all been very lazy. No one wants to do this anymore, apart from me, apparently. So... I'm joined by Popkins, and I'm also joined by my fellow retrobate Tuke. Popkins is a special guest, but if you are a... wait, sorry, let me do that again. Oh, start from the beginning, fuck!
Are you pissed out your head?
I'm a little bit drunk. Right, let me start again. 50 seconds. 50 seconds.
Please
50
keep
seconds.
these offtakes. They're brilliant.
Yeah,
Right.
just have it and just go boop and just have it restarted.
Right. Hello. Welcome back to the Retrobates podcast. My name is Mouse, aka John Anthony. I'm joined today by my fellow retrobate Tuke. Round of applause.
Hello.
That was me and Popkins furiously wanking. And joined also by my special guest Popkins.
Hello there.
If you're familiar with my personal channel, John Anthony, we do You Laugh, You Lose challenges, and that's where he's from. He's also my friend in real life, even though...
I wouldn't go that far.
I also find him...
Those are pretty strong words.
Yeah. So, I have like a menagerie of really random things to talk about today. A lot has happened. So, today we're going to be talking about Matt Hancock cheating, England losing the finals, girls who keep hamsters, and all of that type of thing. And the first order of business...
Those first two are very old subjects.
Well, I mean, it's been a
Matt
month.
Hancock was like a month ago.
Well, I mean,
England lost last week.
It's been a month. We've not had a chance to talk about any of this.
Right, okay.
You left off John McAfee as well, mate. I mean,
I
need a good half hour to rant about him.
Yeah, no, we were talking about John McAfee because Popkins is obsessed with him for some reason.
Nah, I'm not obsessed.
You are
Is John
obsessed.
McAfee?
Let's not get into it. 'Cause we'll touch on it very briefly later, but I don't want that to be the intro to it. It's just some fucking guy who invented some sort of internet fucking virus software who just went mental and then got murdered or killed himself in prison. I know it sounds interesting, but I don't want to get into it right now.
Right, okay.
So, me and Popkins previously had this conversation. So I want to touch on the subject that I am against adult people who keep rodents, particularly hamsters.
Why particularly hamsters? Why?
Because I just think
guinea pigs, all right.
Any rodent, I just think it's a strange animal for an adult to want to keep. I made this point to Popkins earlier that dogs I fully understand because they're loyal, they have emotions, they're obedient, and they're responsive. Cats are like in the middle. I'm not a cat person, kind of scared of them. They're pieces of shit. But Popkins' argument was that it's for people who live alone and they're not allowed to keep cats or dogs, so they just have a rodent. I just don't think that's a good replacement.
It's a nice, easy animal, though, isn't it? Like, they don't take much.
If you've got a
You have to
busy
care for it.
lifestyle, you don't have to care much for it. You just have to feed it twice
Yeah,
a
but
day.
what are you getting from a hamster? What are you getting from it?
Companionship.
What kind of companionship are you getting from a hamster? Or like,
Get it out of its cage, let it scurry around. Like, when I had gerbils, I would take him out of his cage, let it just scurry around on my desk. It would jump on, like, I'd bring it onto my lap or whatever. It would climb up onto my shoulder and whatnot whilst I'm playing on my PC.
piss down my back and yeah, put it back in its cage.
Shit all over me.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
We had guinea pigs years ago, me and Sam, and every time you got them out, they'd piss and shit all over you.
This is what I'm saying, bro.
They were a fucking nightmare, to be honest.
It's not like, I said the same thing to Popkins, it's not like, yeah, a nightmare, exactly. It's not like you can be like, here, fucking, whatever your fucking hamster's called, come here. They're not gonna respond to you. And if they do, they're just gonna come up, they're gonna shit all over the place. They stink of piss. Like, I don't want any animal that requires sawdust.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good rule to live by, I'd say.
Like, I told this anecdote to Popkins earlier. Me and Popkins have been hanging out all day, and I sort of made the point that, like, I went round this girl's house when I was in my young 20s, and I thought it was like Netflix and chill, and then all she wanted to do was show me a hamster, and I was like, are you an adult or a fucking 12-year-old? What are you doing?
Do I per chance know this person?
No comment.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know exactly who you're going on about. I know exactly who you're going on
Okay,
about.
message me on
Netflix
Discord.
And chill, but it was just like fucking show and tell.
Yeah, mate, exactly. It is.
Oh, I think I do anyway.
Hamsters are show and tell vibes. That's what I'm saying. They're not a pet for an adult to keep. That's a show and tell animal in it. It's not something to be like proud of as an adult to have. Imagine going around a girl's house. Yeah. Okay. Let's say you're the age you are now. Where we'll be honest about it, Tuke.
You're gonna go around a girl's house and she's got a pet rat. I kind of dated a girl that had a pet rat.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Mate. They're pretty
To
cool
be honest,
pets,
though,
mate.
like
Rats
if you were
are cool.
talking to a girl and she said, she was like, "You can come back to mine. I'll introduce you to my dog." You'd be like, "All right, yeah, I'll look at your dog." If she was like, "I'll show you my hamster," you'd be like, "I don't give a fuck about your fucking hamster."
Okay, so thank you. That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, imagine if she didn't even tell you, yeah, and she was, "Oh, do you want to come back to mine and we can chill and watch a movie?" And I was like, "Yeah, sound. Let's go back to yours." And then, like, you know how it's like when you go around a girl's house, you're not really sure of the vibe just yet. So you sit on the edge of the bed all awkward, like, and then they're like, "Hey, look at this," and you just fucking get this disgusting piss-smelling hamster out the cage, and then just hand it to you. And do you know what? I wanted to chuck it into the ceiling fan.
You should have done. She might have really liked that. It might have been like a proper power move.
Yeah, like bad boy. I like bad boys.
Yeah. This
She
guy's a
like
bit
confetti
edgy.
as well.
I might suck him off.
bit of hamster confetti everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I made the whole point of like hamsters and stuff like that are like classroom animals when you're in like year 2 and you have to learn about death because eventually one kid's going to kill it, right?
Yeah.
So I just don't know why adults keep them. They only last about 2 years. They have no personality.
Hamsters.
They're of no like intrinsic value where you can teach them anything or they're going to cuddle you or anything. They just shit and piss and they stink and they don't do anything. The best thing is when they run too fast on their little wheel and spin themselves round. That's the only thing that's funny about them.
I think you have got a point. Like, it is an animal to just teach kids about death. It actually really is,
isn't it? The only thing that I will give a pass is a rabbit, because rabbits can be like personality. Rabbits do have personalities.
So rats can't have personalities. Then.
No. Like
Rats
rabbits,
are very intelligent. Rats are fucking intelligent,
more
man.
intelligent than rabbits, 100%.
And they're clean.
Yeah, rats are a lot cleaner.
Rats are clean, yeah. Rats are famously clean.
They are clean. They just
Yeah,
carry
yeah,
on.
They were never the reason for the Black Plague or anything like that. No.
Nah.
Clean
That's some
animals,
bullshit,
rats,
mate. That's some bullshit the cats started spreading.
that's just some like what's the word? Some cat
actually,
propaganda.
Actually, to be fair, right, Black Plague was spread by fleas, which cats could have actually been spreading just as much as rats. It was just that rats were the predominant
Force.
mammal animal there that fleas would.
They're not mammals.
Use
The
as their
Black
host.
Are they
Plague
mammals?
was spread by
Yeah, they're
fleas.
mammals. Pardon? Black? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
no, it
pretty
was.
sure
Yeah, it was fleas
caused
carried.
by
It was
fleas.
fleas carried by rats.
Yeah.
Right.
So it wasn't actually the rats themselves.
Because they killed all the cats and the dogs, didn't they? Which didn't help because they could have killed the rats.
Yeah.
Like,
but then if they killed the rats, the cats and dogs would have still had the fleas as well. So.
Yeah.
Don't put the Black Plague on dogs. It was never their fault.
But no, I understand hamsters specifically where you're coming.
I
not
just
where you're
think
coming from,
it's a
but I think
strange. It's a strange animal for an adult to want to keep.
Yeah, but hamsters specifically, like, they're nocturnal animals, so I can't overly see the point in it because you're never going to spend time with it. You're never going to have that much time to interact because it's going to be
You don't
fucking
even see them
asleep.
most of the time.
Yeah, we said earlier. We
This
said
is what we
earlier.
said
It's
earlier.
like
Like, I had gerbils when I was growing up because they are awake during the day and
they just
sleep
kept you
during
up all
the
night.
Yeah.
Well, if I'd had a hamster, it would have kept me up all night, yeah, but that's why I had gerbils, because they were awake during the day. So, but they were fucking chill as fuck, mate.
Man, I remember one time I was seeing this girl and she had a rabbit, and oh my god, and it was an indoors rabbit, which should never be a thing, to be honest. But it stayed in her bedroom, and all it would do is rattle the fucking cage all night because it wasn't happy about being inside. So it was rattling the cage all fucking night, pooping, pissing. I'm just like, why have you got this animal indoors? I just don't agree with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a rabbit in the house. I had a hamster when I was a kid, and I remember I went to school. One day, and when I got back, my hamster just looked entirely different to how it did in the morning. I'm like, Mum, why does the hamster look different? She was like, oh, well, it died and I bought you a new one. I just hoped you wouldn't notice, but I didn't even give a shit anyway. I was like, all right, okay, so I've got a new hamster. Sound.
So this is what I wanted to ask you, Tuke. Sorry, on a tangent. So Tuke went to his friend, or you might know him off a previous podcast, JD's graduation party. Big up JD, congratulations by the way. What went down? How was the evening?
Fucking usual shit. Yeah, we were a good night, man. Just went round. Everyone had a barbecue, some drinks. Got burned. I look like those drumstick squishies. My arms like half pink, half really pale and white. My fucking entire head is pink.
Nice. I got you guys FaceTime me for about 5 minutes, and you were twerking.
Who I did?
It looked like you were getting on with some girl as well.
Right. I don't remember that. I don't remember talking to you at all, mate.
I can edit this out, but did you get raped again?
No, I didn't get raped. No, not this time.
Can we talk about that, or?
Yeah, why not?
So, do you want to explain it, or?
Well, I got raped, didn't I?
So, I bet we spoke about this on a term of like double standards. So, from what I understand, Tuke was at a party. What was it? A week or two ago, right?
It was last weekend. Last weekend, I went out, had a few drinks with Tyler and that, and then ended up back at some girl's house. We were all partying, and then I think all of us ended up falling asleep. I might have been the first one, but yeah, so I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I was awoken to a girl laughing and telling me about how she raped me in my sleep. Like, well, she didn't rape. Well, she did. She like touched my dick a bit while I was having a bit of a nap, and I was just like, "What? So you saying that you raped me then?" And she just started laughing, like, "Yeah, yeah." She loved it. To be fair,
Yeah.
And like you say, that is double standards, because if the roles had been reversed, I'd be in court by now.
You would have been sentenced by now if the roles were reversed.
I would.
That is mental, isn't it?
It is.
But do you know what? I've got a theory on this. So, and I might have to take this out, but I'll probably live in. So it's like there's a thing between like the dynamic between girls and guys. Guys are the approachers. We have to have a good approach, and girls just have to have good selection. Yeah. So girls can pretty much say yes to whoever they like, because it means they have. If they say yes to like everyone, that means they have bad selection. And guys who have a bad approach won't get with anyone. So
yeah.
If a guy like forces himself on a girl, it just means he's really taken advantage of not being able to approach anyone and force himself on someone. But if a girl was like done that to a dude, it means she's just selected whoever she wants, and the guy 9 times out of 10 probably won't have a problem with it. So that's the social faux pas, isn't it? But still, it's not right. If the roles were reversed, it would be fucked.
Yeah. Like if she'd have woke up and I was sat there laughing about how I touched her up while she was asleep.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be on this podcast right now.
Fucking mental. No, exactly.
You'd be getting a 10-minute phone call to have a 10-minute segment on this podcast.
Yeah. It's Tuke from Linfield.
HMS Linfield.
Place, actually.
Oh, fuck. So, I asked this question to Popkins earlier, but he was very stale. So, let me ask you, Tuke. Who would be your favourite person to interview on this podcast?
Bill Cosby.
Why?
I don't know.
Ask him how he got away with it.
Yeah.
What's your
The
secret?
lawyers that you can use.
Is that why? Because you got raped. You're like, how did you get away with it? Because they blatantly told me that she raped me, and honestly, don't really see much of a problem with it.
I don't even know. Maybe.
I went with Charles Manson.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if we can sort that. Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought you meant like maybe somebody a bit realistic.
Nah, just anyone. Like, if you would love to have to sit that. Okay, so we'll combine it with my next question. Favorite person to have a beer with, dead or alive?
My
Like,
granddad.
so depressing.
Oh, you know what? I can answer you now, John.
Go on.
I got an answer for you. John McAfee.
Oh, fuck off. So my answer as Charles Manson is because I said to Popkins that I don't think he's as crazy as he makes out. I think he's probably a very intelligent person because he was so easily manipulating other people. Like he never actually did an murder, did he? But I think he led what happened to be a sex cult. But then Popkins came with this. Popkins came with this like conspiracy theory that he was a CIA agent or something.
Yeah, so supposedly there's a conspiracy theory that he was actually a CIA agent. That was, or agent might be a strong word. I can't think of the right word. He might not have been directly part of the CIA, but like was supposedly the whole thing was like a test to see how they could manipulate people's will through the use of psychedelics.
Right.
Which.
So are you saying that Charles Manson was a part of the CIA who was part of this program to see how easily he could manipulate others through the use of psychedelics?
I'm not saying he was.
But supposedly, allegedly.
Allegedly. Essentially, this is what I get from it. I haven't read too much into it, but I've read parts about it, and it's quite interesting because it's plausible, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not too far out there to be something that's like.
I reckon that's highly unlikely. I reckon he is a nutter.
Todd likes Manson.
Todd likes all the worst people in society. Todd likes Trump and Hitler as well. Should I bleep Todd's name for that? Todd could be anyone.
I suppose we'll ask him.
There's a lot of people called Todd.
Yeah.
So there's
no one. I'm about to say his surname, but I can't pronounce his surname.
Yeah, he's Spanish and like Lithuanian or some Bulgarian or something.
Todd's quite central, to be fair.
Is he?
But also a bit. Yeah, he's a bit of a racist.
A lot's happened since the last. Well, we've really not recorded anything in like a month, and a lot's happened. So I know that Popkins isn't really a football person, but us here on the Retrobates Discord, we watched every England game together, amongst others, following from the group stages up to the semi-final, which we lost to the Italians.
We watched quite a lot of the games towards the end, though, didn't we? Watched all of the.
Yeah, we watched them. We watched the semis and the quarters. Yeah, a bit of an emotional rollercoaster, to be honest. But let me ask you this, Popkins: what right do you have not supporting the English football team? Who do you think you are?
I have every right. It's just some fucking. Yeah, let's go kick round a pig's fucking bladder for a couple hours and fucking pay these people stupid amounts of money when we could actually help out fucking people in our local areas. Nah, these people that kick around a pig's bladder deserve fucking millions of pounds.
Okay, that's but in the same sentence,
Marcus Rashford.
Yeah, I was about to say Rashford.
Kids,
yeah, Rashford has done a lot for like his like local communities.
I don't have a fucking clue who that is.
Well, you know when the Tories fucking banned kids from having free school meals. He's the one who got it all. He got them back, basically.
Yeah, he pulled money out of his own pocket to be like.
To pay. No, fair enough.
He started paying for him himself, and then the government had to go back on it because he made them all look like cunts.
Yeah.
Well, they made themselves look like cunts actually, and he pointed out that the cunts are cunts. And everyone went, "Oh yeah, those cunts are cunts.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
keep voting for them."
A footballer did a nice thing. Cool. That doesn't make me like football though.
Yes,
Football's
it does.
Shitty sport.
Oh, yes,
mate.
it does.
It's a very I don't know.
But in the same sentence, yeah. Look, I'm not a football fan. Like my dad's a Scouser. Like I grew up supporting Liverpool.
He's not.
In my he's from Warrington. It's close enough. But in my adult years, I've just never been interested in like Premier League or even Champions League or anything like that. But international football just brings this like unity of England, which let's be honest, we never have. Like we spend years all stabbing each other. The North hates the South, the South hates the North. It's all territorial and like I'm from the East, you're from the South. You blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? So when international football happens and everyone's just fighting the same cause, that's what I love it.
That's what I like about it. I only watch England, man. I don't give a shit about the Premier League or anything.
Yeah, I'm the same. I get like overly excited, man. I was so heartbroken. So for anyone who didn't watch it, and if you didn't, you're mental, Hopkins.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I'll tell you what, though, I said just before it happened as well, and you're going to hate me for this. I kind of hope that Italy won just so that we don't have to, for the next 2 weeks to a month, have to hear, football's come over!
That would have been sick. That would have been absolutely sick.
No, it wouldn't have been sick. It would have been fucking horrible, mate. It would have
Nah,
been horrible
mate,
hearing
nah,
about
mate.
24-7, mate.
I would have been. What do you mean? You wouldn't even been amongst it anyway.
Yeah, no, but you'd just hear fucking people going on about it. You'd walk down the street and you'd fucking overhear a conversation where someone's like, yeah, fucking football. You'd hear it for a lot longer than if we'd lost. Everyone shut up about it immediately the next day because they're embarrassed because we lost. If we'd won, it would have been gone on about for fucking months, mate, and I really couldn't give a
Well,
shit.
this is what was more embarrassing is how we acted in loss. Like,
yeah, definitely.
there was like droves of British dudes like
afterwards was fucking
trying to beat up
disgusting.
Italians as they left Wembley Stadium. A load of people like putting
Well,
racist shit
racism
on
towards
like
the players. Yeah,
Sterling and Rashford's and Sancho's like
precisely.
social media.
This is one of the reasons because half the people behind it that fucking support it are all just cunts, mate. Like that's.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like, why would I want to associate with something where?
Because you want to be part of the better crowd.
No,
Yeah, but it's
no,
not.
I don't.
It's not like
Fuck
it's not the
that.
sport's fault, is it? That a lot of racists.
No,
like,
it
happen to,
kind
like,
of
football.
is though. Like,
Is it?
it isn't.
I mean,
no, it's not really.
if they're
but,
English
like,
and they support England, obviously that's going to get all kinds of people. So it's like you get the good and the bad. You get the pieces of shit racist cunts that support England.
Yeah.
And then when all the black people miss the penalties, obviously the racists are going to say horrible shit because they're pieces
Yeah,
of
but
shit.
it's the same fucking supporters that if like Rashford and that will put it in, they'll be like, yes, he's British.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
because they missed. Do you know what? I can only remember Rashford missing, but did Rashford, Sancho, and Sterling all miss?
Yeah, they all did. Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame, but I don't see any correlation between that and their skin colour. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, but you're not a racist.
Yeah.
I suppose you're right. You've got me there. Yeah, no, it is mental. It just, I don't know, yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me, man. And to have these people fucking go off at these, like, incredibly talented players. Do you know what, yeah? These are the same people who are obviously about fucking 18 stone, who shouldn't even be able to wear an England shirt because they shouldn't make them that big.
Yeah.
Those are the same people that sit on the side and be like, I'd fucking knock that in, you cunt.
Yeah.
Twats.
It's either those type of people or the people that wanted to be footballers but weren't good enough, and then have this whole fucking like ego thing, like, oh well, I was nearly a fucking scouted by Chelsea when I was.
It's always the same.
17.
It's
You
always the
always
same.
meet cunts like that. If my hamstrings didn't give out on me, I'd be fucking playing professional now.
It's always the same.
Fuck off.
It's always the same archetype of person, is it? It's always some fucking cunt called Dave or Simon, and they're always fucking like losing their hair, like fucking well overweight, probably in like a pork pie, just surrounded by gravy.
Is my camera on?
Describing Tuke. But I'm not wrong.
Are you surrounded by pork pies and gravy at the moment, Jim?
I think this is the whole thing that surprised me, is that I really thought that we were progressing past that type of behaviour. But after that loss, it's been so prevalent that I'm literally speechless. I don't really know what to say about it.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought we were done. I thought it was going to die out in a few generations, but it's still quite
I
clearly
don't think
prevalent.
racism's ever going to die out because people are fucking stupid. So things like that matter to people.
I do think, like, I don't know how long it will take, like maybe 1,000 or 2,000 years, where we just start like everyone
That'll be when everyone's just the same race. That everyone will.
Yeah, that's what I'm
fucked.
saying.
Like,
Yeah, when we're all like just all everyone's having sex with each other and like white, black, fucking
the others.
Fucking hell.
When that stops becoming so much of the thing, then I think racism will slowly die. Hopefully, anyway.
Yeah.
I'd like to say we'll see, but we will never see. In our lifetimes, it won't ever go away.
Definitely not in our lifetime.
But at least Boris is saying that he's trying to like ban people from football matches who have like been convicted of that type of fucking speech. Didn't some maths teacher was having a go?
Yeah, I heard about that. Some maths teacher said something fucking vile, and then someone found him on LinkedIn through his Twitter account or something like that.
Mate, this is what I'm saying. These people
It's
are
like,
idiots.
what
They're
they
so
They are
stupid.
actually. He's a fucking maths teacher. No, this is the problem as well. Is you've got someone that is essentially there to set kids up for the rest of their life that can then input this fucking negative bullshit into this kid's head.
Yeah.
Then that's how racism gets continued, is by it being passed down from one generation to another.
Yeah, do you know
and
what I mean?
instilled
Maybe
from
maybe
the
he had
older
like a couple of
generation,
black
like-
kids in his class and he's treating them differently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mate. It's
yeah,
just
exactly.
like fucking.
It is bad, mate.
That,
Do you know
should
what?
just be an immediate red flag for him, just to be like, yeah, you're not having your job here anymore, mate.
Yeah,
Sorry
yeah, yeah,
about that, but
I
you're
do
a racist
believe-
piece of shit. I know. I think they should lose their jobs if they're in positions where they can influence, like people. Yeah, where they can influence.
It's
fucking
hate speech,
people
isn't
with
it? I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's really difficult.
No,
when-
no, teachers, people
I
that
agree, they
work
should lose their
in
jobs.
fucking education should like be vetted a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
more
yeah,
for
yeah.
that
Anyone-
kind of
anyone-
stuff,
anyone
because
in
if there's
any
racial
position-
prejudice.
If you're in any position of authority or influence, yeah, you should be fired, definitely.
100%.
But it's hard when you live in like a free.
that's-
If you live in a free-speaking country, like me and Tuke had this conversation. What's it called? Speaker's Corner. Is it Hyde Park or something like that? Loads of people are spouting a bunch of shit against Christians, and Christians speaking against Muslims, and I mean everyone's having a go at each other.
I don't see a problem with that though.
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like you want to live in a country that has free speech. You shouldn't be able to get
because if you can't talk
penalised.
about the problem, then it can't be resolved, can it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but
You're
then,
then
like
just
pure
like,
hate
well, you
speech,
can't-
you should face some sort of penalty. But I don't necessarily think that you should catch a fucking prison sentence for a personal opinion. But if you're in a place of like,
No. For a personal opinion, no. But if you start then verbalizing that towards someone, 100%.
if you're trying to influence people, yeah.
No.
yeah.
I wouldn't even say influence people because you're entitled to freedom of speech. But like, if you start racially abusing someone, that goes beyond the freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Surely, 100%. Like, it's any sort of like verbalized abuse towards anyone goes beyond.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. But then in America, like, okay, so in America, it's legal to say fuck the police to a police officer. But in England, if you say fuck the police to the police officer, you can get done for affray or breach of the peace.
Yeah, see, that's a load of bollocks. I nearly lost my rag at that police officer that nearly ran us over earlier, to be fair.
Yeah. So it was
was-
crazy. We were crossing the road earlier. Like there was no cars on the road, and a police car pulled up to a junction, and we were like halfway across the road, and this police car like sped around, like pulled out to the junction, and like nearly hit us.
Pretty
And
much
we were like, what the
stopped
fuck?
in front of us, and we would have just looked at the police car like, "What are you doing?" Like, learn. Oh,
no
mate,
siren
it's-
on or anything.
No,
No
they
siren
just
on, no,
they
no, no.
basically were doing it because we weren't crossing at the traffic lights. We were just crossing
Yeah.
like along a midsection, and they did it just to basically be like, get out of the road, but like pretending to run us over.
That's a copper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds like something my dad would do.
Mate, seriously, and mate,
was-
no wonder
yeah.
people don't like the police. Like that behaviour is like so thuggish.
It's fucking it's just it's childish. So fucking childish.
So, moving on, I was talking about crazy human. Just before Tuke joined, we were talking about human inventions, like the most mental ones and the worst inventions. For me, the most mental invention is a microchip. Who the fuck thought of that?
That was a very slow process. It didn't just want like bang microchip.
No, what's the process then? Because who thought to melt down a bunch of sand, solder it all, and put some metal on it and be like, yeah, this can store information and communicate with other bits of
But that
electricity.
wasn't like the first thing, was it? A microchip. They weren't like
Well, what was
just
before
invented a microchip one day. It's a very long process of over 50 years.
that? Well,
The first
enlighten
computer
us.
was made in World War II,
Yeah,
and it
but,
was fucking huge. It filled a room.
yeah, but it had microchips in it.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was a
No, you think about what you're saying, right? The thing was huge. It had microchips in it.
Yeah,
It didn't have
Like-
microchips in it.
It
Yes-
didn't have
yes, it did.
microchips. It had much larger hardware.
Exactly, that's what I mean. It didn't have them in.
Yeah.
okay, not microchips, but I don't care how big a motherboard is. Someone has along the line, someone's been like, oh, maybe if I take a bunch of sand, like fucking super fucking burn it down.
Yeah, but it's not just like one thing. It's like loads of different technologies that all came together to form.
But like what?
To make it possible to
you
make
talk
a
like
microchip.
you're like a scholar on the subject. How?
No,
how did it come
I'm
to
just
fruition?
not as much of an idiot as you are.
But I believe in the reverse engineering whole thing. But I don't understand how that came to fruition because everything was analog. Where did digital technology come from? Who decided that sand could be turned into like electricity and signals and memory?
Sand isn't turned into electricity. Yeah.
Just let him talk, Hopkins. It's easier.
Welcome to the Mouse Show.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna sit here and play with my tech deck, mate. I'll talk to you guys in a couple of minutes.
Mate, I really want to make a bacon sandwich, but I'm too invested in this conversation. But do you not know what I mean?
No, I get what you mean. It's hard to wrap your head around, especially
get what you're saying,
when it's.
but
when did that come about? Who decided? Right, let's just like make sand into memory and electro signals. What the fuck?
You're making out like it just one day some guy had this idea and he were like, bang, microchip. But there was a huge, massive process that led up to the microchip.
All right, well, fucking
Well,
enlighten
the chip, of course, for a start. Like,
well,
yeah, look, you're fucking stuck for words.
I'm stuck because you're a fucking idiot. Like, in the first computer, the chips were fucking huge, and they've gradually got smaller and smaller until there's a microchip.
I don't care how big the chips are. I don't care how big the chips are.
Like, how did someone come to the point of being
I don't care. I don't care if the chip was the size of a fucking farmyard. Who fucking decided? I'm gonna burn a bunch of sand and it's gonna and silicon, turn it into silicon and be like, this is just gonna hold memory and electrical signals and be able to transfer energy and ideas and data.
Well, think of it as in the same way you'd think of evolution. It's a very slow process of gradually things getting better and better and improving.
But evolution is a natural occurrence.
Yeah, obviously it's
due to chemistry and physics and a bunch of other naturally occurring elements.
Think of it in the same way. It's a very slow process. It happens over a very long time. Things get better and better. Things improve.
Okay, so
build better tools to make the things.
Right. So what was the giant leap that someone was like, oh yeah, I can't think of anything in my brain anymore. I'm going to put it into a piece of sand.
What?
When did someone decide I don't want to store my memory in my brain anymore? Let me melt down some sand and put it in there.
I don't know what you want from me.
I want an explanation.
Do you think I invented the microchip? Is that what's going on?
You seem to be the fucking know-it-all in the situation.
Right, the way it would have started though, John, is like, you think about it like this. You have a calculator. Actually, no, I don't even know how I'm going to fucking...
Microchips is in that as well, yeah. So that didn't start with the calculator, did it?
No, that's not what I was trying to fucking get at you. Okay, whatever. I had something formulated.
Boo.
But I don't know what answer you're looking for here. I'm
asking who the fuck invented...
If you say sand turned into microchip one more time.
Well, that's how it works.
Kurt Lohovec. That's who.
Right.
There you go.
And how did he come across it?
Next question.
How did he just decide, oh yeah?
Oh no, sorry. For inventing microchip was actually Jack Kilby and... Oh, what a lovely last name. Robert... I don't even know how to pronounce that. Nonce?
Robert Nonce.
Nice.
You change the U for a Y and it's exactly the same.
Right, Robert Nonce. How did he come up with the concept? But I just don't understand the process. At what point?
Yeah, because electronics are fucking hard to understand, mate.
I understand. No, I don't think I understand the invention of electricity either. When I think about it. No, actually, no. Electricity, I understand.
Invention of electricity.
Electricity is a naturally occurring thing, but to be able to harbour it in a fucking a flat scale board made out of sand. What? Who thought of that?
So they would have tested what elements are conductive for electricity and would have found that silicon works really well.
Sand.
There you go. That makes sense.
And they would have had...
If you burn down sand, it conducts electricity well. Thus, his intelligence on coming through. Give me a sec.
Shut.
Thus.
Oh, you were talking about yourself. Fucking I thought you were
No, me. It's
Yeah,
about me.
yeah.
I told you it's the mouse
Sorry,
show. Thus, concluding that this sand silicon thing that I've accidentally come across is going to conduct electricity, but also might be able to retain it. Computers are invented. Big up Bill Gates. 2021.
Yeah, but how the fuck do you think the first person made glass?
Dunno. That's the same as who fucking sucked on a cow tit for the first time. Weirdos.
Actually, no. To be fair, the first glass probably made was probably there just from sand having been heated.
Do you reckon it was just some kid with a lighter and a magnifying glass on the beach? Ah, fucking hell, what's this? I can see through it. Proper sharp, this, Matt. Right, this is dead.
Sorry.
So, our former Secretary of Health, I think it was, right? Matt Hancock. Was he the Health Secretary? He was, right? And emphasis on the word was.
I'm not sure what he was, actually.
I think
just
he was.
a cunt. He was just a cunt, wasn't he?
Just some.
No, I'm pretty sure he was health.
I think, it was a health secretary.
It was the whole thing was about him going back on.
The guy that has been telling us to not touch anyone, socially distance, pretending to cry online. This whole time, he's been fucking cheating on his wife, playing nookie with one of his aides.
You know the mad thing about this fucking country? Like, all the shitty things that he did for over his career, being a cunt and just fucking the country, no one gave a shit.
Shit about that as soon as he cheated.
Fucks somebody who works for him, and everyone goes mental, and he has to resign. He should have resigned ages ago. He's a prick.
I know, that is so true. That he was one of the ones that voted against free school meals, wasn't he? And then he gets caught cheating, and no one really even gives too much of a shit. He was even getting defended. Everyone was saying, look, there's a lot going on. His private matters are not for us to be concerned about. Rah, rah. I was like, mate, he went against every single rule he's been forcing on everyone else. He's a piece of shit. I mean, I'm glad he's resigned, but he should have been charged.
That's the thing, though. It's always good with people like that. It's always going to be a case of one set of rules for us, one set of rules for them, isn't it? Like, they're never going to abide by what everyone else has to fucking abide by, and the only time they'll ever get called out on it is if footage like what appeared from the Sun. It was the Sun newspaper that put that footage up, wasn't it?
It's always the Sun.
Yeah. With their dodgy practices of fucking putting cameras in offices that they probably shouldn't have cameras in.
yeah.
I dread to think of how that camera was put in there, but how they obtained that footage anyway, and all the other footage that they might have obtained from inside of that room.
Maybe it was what's his face, John McAfee. That's why he died in prison.
So
that was one of his dead man triggers.
Is Matt Hancock's like marriage fucked then now? Is his like life in ruins? Because if so, that's fucking pretty good.
Well, you can only hope so, can't you? Like the video or the pictures at least were pretty incriminating. Imagine telling a nation for a year and a half to keep a 2 meter distance, don't interact physically, and then get caught cheating on your wife with your hands over someone's ass, kissing someone. Are we dickheads? I think we might be dickheads.
Yes,
so,
we are.
Me and Popkins went to a bar earlier where basically there was no social distancing. They didn't have any sit-down rules for the first time in a year and a half.
It's all over tomorrow, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Now?
But
so they basically were a day early.
Yeah, this bar decided to do it a day early. So, so yeah, it was the first time. Like, there was 4 of us, me, Popkins, and a couple of other mates, and we all took a shot at the bar together, and it felt amazing. But I wore my mask inside the whole time because it was very hot, and there was a lot of people in there. There was a live band playing, and I felt like I could taste the COVID.
Oh mate, no, that's just that pub. There's just a funk in the air. The air's so thick that you can taste the air in that place, mate. It's
something that Phil Collins would sing about in the future. Yeah, no, it was nice. So it was nice. We had a really good day.
That is good. Yeah.
We went down the skate park, caught some sun, then went down the beach.
So there was no restrictions in there whatsoever. They didn't.
Nope, absolutely none.
Nothing. They could go to the bar and everything.
Everyone was standing up. You could order at the bar, drink at the bar. There was a live band playing. People were jumping around, dancing. It was. Do you know what? Yeah, it was a little bit anxiety inducing. Like I didn't feel uncomfortable, but there was a part of me that was like, "This is a bit much."
There's just lots of people there, which just does it anxiety
And-
wise. So
Yeah, and it is a dive
doesn't
bar,
matter if
so
there's lots of people being noisy or just lots of people being quiet. There's just lots of people there. It was
it's like a rock. It's like the only like rock bar where we're from as well. So it was like the
Yeah.
people that are in there are like have similarities to the cast of The Hills Have Eyes.
I'll tell you what though. No, those two those three that we were talking to outside playing the name game with them.
Oh
They were pretty
yeah,
sick. One
we
of them
should do
came
that.
up to the bar. One of them came up to the bar whilst I was just chilling with Lyndon. Just tapped me on the back and just whispered one in my ear and walked off. And I was
What was it?
I can't even remember what he said. To be
What's the
honest
name
with you, mate.
game?
Tuke, we originated on our Discord. Do you remember we were saying if Anne Frank was a tactical genius, it would be Anne Flank.
All right.
So me and
okay,
Hopkins have been playing that ever since, and we were
Yeah.
doing. Who were we doing today? We did a few different
We
celebrities
did
today.
Joseph Stalin whilst we were down at the skate park.
right.
Which Britney Spears was one that came up that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good. Let's think of someone now. Tuke, think of a celebrity or someone who shouldn't be disrespected, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ!
That didn't really work out.
Such a stupid game. I
It
tell
is a
you
really
what, those
stupid game.
those three fucking absolutely love.
Yeah,
that
I
game,
reckon-
though.
I
After
reckon-
you left, all three of them came up at one point and just told me one, and just walked off afterwards, and I was just like,
Do you know what? Yeah, I reckon we could spread this into like a national game because
Yeah,
everyone that we've spoken to about this has really got on board with it.
yeah. Start it off local, and then we'll take over the globe.
Have you ever watched like WWF, as it used to be called back in the day, and tried one of the moves on your friends?
No, I didn't. To be fair, I never tried the moves on my friends because they're my friends.
So
See, my next door neighbour used to have a trampoline, and we used to practice wrestling moves with each other on the trampoline when we were
Like-
younger.
the classic rim job.
Yes, those were the wrestling moves that we did.
Oh my God, JR, he's doing the rusty trombone.
Oh my God! It's the reach around.
He's just hit him in the face with a Spider-Man. Is that the Alabama Hot Pocket?
Oh, it's a
Here it comes,
KO.
guys. The felching.
So the only reason I ask, so one time, you know, Triple H's old move, the DDT, where he puts their leg between
Pedigree.
the pedigree. Sorry, so Triple H's move, the pedigree, where he puts their head between his legs, sort of pulls their arms to the side, and then drops down to his knees. Which,
Are you going to tell me you did that to one of your mates?
well, I mean, no, I did it worse because when he does that, obviously that doesn't do any damage because the head is like protected between the legs and the arms out to the side doesn't do anything. But I remembered it wrong, so I
can just already see where this is going.
put my friend's head like under my legs, and then
Under your legs.
like between my legs, yeah, like how he normally starts it, and then instead
Right.
of like holding his arms out and dropping to my knees, I just wrenched his arms up. So obviously like violently stretched all of his chest muscles. And like he started like convulsing and being like and then like his parents weren't home because my sister were babysitting us. So he was like crawling up the stairs, like moaning like a fucking Wookiee, like. And I was like, "Calm down, it's not that bad." And then obviously, when I got older and I realised how much I'd brutalised his chest muscles. Okay, so imagine like your head like down between someone's leg and then ripping your arms up. Like, that is going to stretch literally every single muscle in your chest and your biceps. And I did it like he was flying. I was like,
Oh, you did it multiple times.
yeah, all because I remembered the move wrong. And he was like,
Oh
he
my
was
God.
making some out of this world, like Ridley Scott movie type noise.
I fucking bet he was.
I was like, he was crawling up the stairs, barely able to move, like gagging, and I was like, fucking calm down, mate.
Oh god.
Fucking hell. Fucking.
Which is so funny because I've got another thing written down here, which is what's worse than stubbing your toe, and I've just realised that's so much worse than stubbing your toe.
yeah, that having that done too.
Mate, my cheeks hurt. My cheeks hurt.
The mouse pedigree.
So you've never accidentally like seriously injured one of your friends? I mean,
like,
you've
not
shown
like
me your
that.
balls a couple of times. That was pretty horrific.
Yeah, it's pretty scarring.
Yeah, fucking
That was
hell, mate.
injury.
Fucking hell, my cheeks hurt, man. I'm crying.
I've accidentally winded friends and stuff, but I've never like tried to rip all the tit muscles from their body.
Mate, I could have seriously injured him. That's why, you know what, the big clue is at the beginning of every WWF episode, they're like, don't try this at home.
Yeah.
I was like, do you know what? I am going to try this at home, and I'm going to get it horrifically wrong as well.
I'm going to really injure my friend, and then we're going to spend a good 6 to 8 hours in A&E.
Oh, mate. I don't know what became of him after that, because as soon as his parent, I think he just sort of went up to bed, like, moaning, and...
I don't know what became of him after that. I never saw him again. His parents were really sad the next couple of times. They said, "You might have died."
He's in a wheelchair now, I think. So his parents came home, and he was obviously like, he'd obviously cried himself to sleep.
Mouse violated me.
He cried himself
I reckon
to
it-
sleep.
So my sister came in. She was like, "Why is Michael climbing the stair?"
It's a view.
Oh, I didn't mean to name his name. Why is said man, boy, sorry, climbing the stairs crying? And I was like, I don't know. And he just went to bed and sort of cried himself to sleep.
Why is Michael trying to open a door with his teeth? His fucking arms don't work anymore.
Why is Michael trying to butter toast with his mouth?
Fucking hell.
So, I'm actually crying. This is the most I've cried during a podcast. Why is he trying to open doors with his teeth? Why has he got the dog to tuck himself in? Oh fuck! So his parents have come home, and he's obviously exhausted from the tears, like unresponsive.
Why has he taped his toothbrush to the wall and just shaking his head back and forth uncontrollably?
Why has he got flannel attached to the fucking sink? He's rubbing his armpits against it. Oh my god! Oh my god! So his parents have come home. He's obviously passed out in pain, and my sister was like, obviously knew me being her younger brother has done this boy a wrong, and just taking the 20 quid and like being like, come on John, let's go. Like, we only lived over the road. She was like, you fucked him up, and I was like, yeah, I think I might have. Oh fuck, you probably deserved it though.
Oh god.
Oh mate, not only am I crying, the back of my head hurts. I've not laughed like that in so long. Oh my god. That's gonna be the out of context teaser, Jesus. Oh fuck. So, why is he opening doors with his teeth? Trying to get ready for bed without the use of your arms.
Oh, poor lad.
Yeah.
I want to know how he fucking wipes his ass.
Yeah.
With his foot.
Rest in peace.
He's got really good at like clawing things with his toes now.
Fuck's sake.
I don't even care if he ever listens to this because I don't even like the dude anymore.
You should see that kid make a sandwich with his feet.
It's disgusting, actually. we obviously stayed, like, he was my neighbour, so we stayed childhood friends, but he grew up to be a bit of a prick, so I don't care. Hey, if you listen to this, I'm glad.
Fuck you.
I'm
See,
sure
I
you're a
had you back
lovely
there.
person, and Mouse is just overblowing the situation.
Yeah.
Nah. He wasn't. My family used to go on holiday with his family, and it turned out that he was gay, and he tried to fucking make me gay with him. It was, do you know what was peak, yeah? So, my family and his family.
He tried to make you gay with him.
Yeah, so listen, yeah.
I
my
don't
family,
think that's how it works, Mouse.
No, it is, listen. It
Okay.
definitely is. So, my family and his family.
I think you should have let him. Like, you violated him in a way.
Not sexually.
You should have let him.
Whoa,
at least
wait.
Get even.
Should have been like, well, this isn't my cup of tea, but I did do that HHH.
So what? So what? I owe him one, is it?
Yeah. Just let him have a quick
Well,
go on you.
I suppose you can have like just put half of it up there, just the tip. Fine.
Right, let's not go that far, right? But
I doubt he could
So-
really hammer it home. His chest muscles are fucked. You won't be able to get a good grip on you.
yeah,
really,
I would have got away easily, I suppose. So, just to put it into context, many years later, my family and his family are still neighbours, still like family friends. We went on holiday together, and it was like my sisters stayed in one room, me and Michael stayed in like a twin room, my mum and whoever stayed in a room. It like that was like the setup, and I think we were about 13, 14, and he hit puberty. Well, apparently so. He hit like sexual maturity before me, it would seem, and he kept like showing me his dick, and I was like, didn't really understand why, because I didn't really understand the concept of homosexuality, but it just made me very fucking uncomfortable to the point where I was like, okay, I'm not gonna stay in this room. So I went and knocked up on my mum's room, and I was like, yeah, Michael keeps showing me his dick. Can I stay in here? And that's when we all knew Michael was gay.
So is he gay then? Yeah.
I've not spoken to him since.
When you say he showed you, like, how did he show you his dick?
Well, like, so, I think we were about 14, 15 max, and I didn't drink at that age, but I suppose that is the age that most, like, British teenagers start dabbling in getting drunk and that. So,
Doing crack.
he's on holiday,
Yeah.
he's having a few beers, I wasn't interested in anything like that, so I'm just on holiday, swimming around, snorkeling, just being a kid, whereas he's more interested in being, like, a teenager, I guess. And, like, we go back to the room at whatever time it is.
Quick,
And he-
get his snorkel in your mouth. That's not a snorkel.
Fuck.
Have you tried snorkeling with this? It's much better. But, so he's like,
Have a great big honk on this mouse.
we're back in the room, and I'm watching NFL because we're in Cuba, so the only TV they get is like American or some Spanish shit that I don't understand. So I'm watching the NFL, and he's like drunk. Like a 14-year-old, like the first time drinking, and he's like, John, look around, look at this, and I turn around, and he's got his dick out, and I just fully didn't understand, and obviously felt very fucking uncomfortable, and I was like, not my forte, and then he did it like again, and I was just like, I knew what he was trying to get at, because obviously I was like interested in girls and like kissing girls and that. Yeah, it was very strange.
So he's had a drink and he's got his knob out.
Basically, yeah. Well, it wasn't just getting his knob out. He wanted me to.
That sounds like this Discord on a fucking
Yeah, I was
Friday
gonna
night.
say.
Well, I mean, there's it's a different thing between knowing everyone's straight and showing each other your cocks. But when you're a young 14-year-old lad and your obviously gay friend is trying to make you watch him with his cock out, it's a different thing. So that's why I'm glad I give him the Triple H thing.
You ever thought that might have just been his payback for the Triple H thing? He's just like, you know what? I'll get Mouse back. I'll show him my
Ironically,
penis.
if I'd have
my
done,
God, look
do
at
it.
my knob.
Tuke, what's the move called? The Triple H move?
Pedigree.
If I'd have done the pedigree after he'd got my cock out, that would have been like a sexual, like, homophobic attack. You know, like that would have been like
Yeah.
that would have been a hate crime. So I'm glad I
Yeah,
did it
that's
before.
Yeah, that's fair.
Try and sexually assault me, will ya? pedigree, but I do it wrong and tear all your try and get your cock out after this.
Maybe you were just trying to show that you didn't break him. Like,
maybe.
Look at it. You
Or
didn't break me.
maybe he wanted me to do it again.
Yeah, maybe so.
You could have just asked. It would have been a bit more of a straightforward way.
Oh, the worst thing is that story was so funny. I'm gonna have to leave this in. The whole segment makes me look like a fucking weirdo, but I'm gonna leave it in. Funny, ain't it?
Funny, isn't it?
So no one's got any stories like that. Please, anyone, please. Chick, there's no way you ain't got no gay stories, mate. Well, that's not even a gay story, is it? I suppose
It's
more
really
like
a gay story, no.
it's more like a sexual assault. Right, what else I got written down? Oh, here we go. I've got a mental mouse's tale if you want it.
Go on then.
Here's the headline. Dappy saves man's life after talking N-Dubs fan down from a bridge. He told him life is precious. Is this a sensitive subject? Should we go into
Really?
this? Is this funny?
I mean, he did save his life, so it's not too bad. But what, he saw somebody were going to kill himself who was an N-Dubs fan, and Dappy talked him down?
Yeah, let me divulge. So Dappy has saved a man's life after Dappy has saved a man's life after talking him down from London's Tower Bridge after spotting police trying to rescue him. The rapper, 34, had been filming a music video when he saw police cars and ambulances in the area. He discovered the 27-year-old man who was in danger was in fact a huge N-Dubs fan and begged police to help him. A source told The Sun, of course it's The Sun, Dappy was filming his new music video around Tower Bridge but saw loads of police cars and ambulances dotted around. The bridge got closed off and police asked him to leave the area. As he was walking away, Dappy heard this young guy shouting his name and waving frantically as he was perched preciously in an arch directly over the Thames. I'm sorry, I know it's not funny when people are like that, but like, imagine like being on wit's end, standing on the edge of, what is it, Tower Bridge, seeing Dappy and being like, Dappy! So, in footage posted by his girlfriend, Dappy can be seen convincing police to let him under the cordon to speak to the man. After the man called out to him and told him he was a fan, the source added, they spent about 10 minutes talking and Dappy was amazing. He told him life was beautiful and that things would get better, basically. As a result, the guy let medics climb up and help him get off. The man was taken to St. Thomas Hospital in London, where he was sectioned and later
climbed
released.
Up and wanked him off?
Whoa, where did you get that?
Yeah, what? Climbed up and helped him get off.
Wait, did I say that?
Yeah.
Oh, as a result, the guy let medics climb up and help get him off. Cancelled.
I don't think we can leave this in anyway, to be honest. This is a bit of a touchy subject.
Yeah, this is a bit dark. Not dark,
do you know what? I
but
saw
it's just
that.
a bit...
Maybe I'll just cut some things out. Maybe just you back.
I think just don't leave this whole bit in, to be honest.
I just thought it was funny that a guy was like willing to just top himself and then seeing Dappy and being like, oh, Dappy!
Yeah, it is funny, but I don't think it should go on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of hilarious, but I didn't say that. That's just John using magic to make me say that. If he uses this clip,
well, good on Dappy. Either way. No.
He
saw him. He saw him. The guy was, I'm gonna jump, and Dappy's like, no.
Ooh, nana. Ooh, nana.
Dappy's some like washed up dude. Life is beautiful. Look at me. I'm earning at least 24,000 a year. No.
Don't do it. You don't want to die.
Yeah, we can't even. Is there anything that you want to talk about, Tuke?
Not really.
You're a credit to this podcast, mate. Have you ever seen them people that have like really protruding teeth? Like teeth that protrude forward. I remember one time I was working on like a really chauvinistic, like I think I was working on like a building site, and we saw a dude who had like really protruding teeth, and one of my colleagues said he could eat an apple through a letterbox. I fucking lost my shit. And then another colleague said, or peanuts through a tennis racket. Why wouldn't you just get braces?
Yeah, I don't get that. I've never got that. Especially in the UK, it's fucking free. It's not like you have to pay for it.
I had braces.
Did you?
Yeah. My teeth were fucking horrible.
Yeah,
I remember like my year 9 picture. I used to wear like a hat all the time and not cut my hair, but the back was longer than the front. So I had this like weird kind of half mullet, sweepy kind of like hair going on, braces, and like the goofiest fucking like fat face smile. And I remember like everyone's parents were buying their pictures, and I remember even my teacher, Miss Bridgman, like she saw my picture and she was like, "Does your mum want it?" And I looked at it and I was like, "I don't know." She was like, "Yeah, probably not, eh?"
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
How to destroy the fucking
teacher,
any
wasn't he?
self-esteem.
Well, I think it was because I was so naughty and cocky in high school. She was like, "Yeah, he could be brought down a few pegs."
Yeah.
It was a horrific picture, to be honest, but I wish I had it.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good to have.
Just have it as my Facebook profile picture.
So did you know? I'm guessing your mum didn't get it then.
No, I think she looked at it and agreed with Miss Bridgman. Is there any like snack that you used to watch people eat in like first school or middle school or high school that you were like, yo, that's grim? Like I had a friend called Alex Till, and he used to drink like banana Do you remember Yazoo's?
Yeah.
So he used to drink banana Yazoo's, and do you know what it is? I've just realised now. It's seeing the excess shit around their mouth that used to make me be like, ugh. So he would drink.
Why are they getting it all around their mouth?
Well, because they drink it, and then it would just like
The froob.
the froob or the banana Yazoo or the strawberry Yazoo. It would just be around their mouths afterwards, and I'm like, how have you have you done that?
Like, I get the Yazoo thing because that's like a bottle of milk, like flavored milk. But
if someone forces,
you like pull a corner off, so there's a tiny little hole, and you
no,
like,
a froob.
cum shot it into your mouth, don't you?
Yeah, but
yeah.
There's always that one person that just gets a little bit in like the crevice of the side of their fucking
it's so
mouth
disgusting,
or something,
mate.
and you could just see a little bit of fucking yogurt just there, and it's just like,
how's that different to a normal yogurt though?
Because you eat off a spoon and you put the whole spoon in your mouth.
yeah.
I don't know. There was people that were just like unable to eat food normally, and they would just get like, okay, yeah. Do you know what it is? Yeah, it isn't even about the yogurt. It's about people that can't eat food without getting it all around their mouth. It used to really just.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I've got, like an eating problem now. It's like, you disgusting fucks, eat your food properly.
Yeah.
Put it in your mouth. I don't want to see like people that eat with their mouths open, people that get it all around their mouths, or like they chew with their mouths open. I'm just like,
you want to see JD eat? He's a fucking animal.
oh, I hate it.
I can't stand it. He's fucking horrible.
Was he chew with his mouth open?
He's like a fucking cement mixer, man.
Oh, that's horrible.
He's just fucking chomping away. He's going at it like a fucking dog. He's fucking terrible, man.
That surprises me about him, because he's quite like he doesn't have like a strong stomach, does he? He's quite like, anytime we've talked about anything like remotely disgusting, he's like nah. So that does surprise me about him.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah, he's quite squeamish.
Yeah, but you're not going to pay attention to. You're not going to be put off by your own bad traits, like.
Is it like someone who's like got
If
bad
you saw
BO but
someone
they
else-
can't smell themselves?
Yeah, it's going to be like that, isn't it? Like, you probably wouldn't notice those little things that you do, or you might notice it, but like, it's not going to bother you because you're not. I think it's
You're
the
not subjected
action of
to it, are
actually
you?
viewing
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's the action of actually viewing it. You're not looking at the food that's all been chewed up in someone's mouth that you can see them fucking thinking
It's
about
the
every
worst,
time they
man.
open their mouth. Yeah.
If you eat with your
It's
mouth
not
open,
so much. I don't think I've ever like looked into his gob as he's eating. I don't think I've ever seen
No,
that,
but
I've,
you
like,
know what I
I
mean?
feel
If
like
you're-
it's the sound he makes, man. It's this fucking noises. he
fair.
makes.
yeah, that is worse.
Nah.
I
hate it
fucking
when you-
disgusting.
You're like sat across the table from someone eating, and they like chew with their mouth open, and you can just every
Yeah.
time they open their mouth, you can just fucking see half of what they've been fucking chewing in their mouth. And it's
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
another
I don't-
thing.
I don't
That's
wanna
another
see
thing.
That.
Cool guy used to do that as well. I'm so glad that I fucking stretched his limbs out, because he used to do that as well. I remember one time I had a sleepover at his house. They're an Irish family, yeah, and his older cousin, who was probably about like 16 at the time, and we was probably about 8. and we're eating breakfast, and was like eating his breakfast like milk and like fucking cinnamon grahams or whatever. Like, I'm like, fucking hell, mate, chew with your fucking mouth closed. And like his friend was like, you're a I can't even say his last name. I'll say it, but I'll bleep it. I was like, he was like, you're a chew with your mouth open. I was like, what?
What? She told him to chew with his mouth open.
Yeah, his cousin Jerry was like, yeah, chew with your mouth open. I was like, what? You're encouraging this behaviour, yeah?
What the fuck?
I do have to agree with you though. Watching people drink fucking milkshakes is fucking a vile thing.
I've got this thing about soup, milkshakes, and smoothies. I want my food to be chewable and my drinks to be like gulpable, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not about to eat rice pudding, porridge, a smoothie, a milkshake. Like, I can't do anything in between. That's why yogurt kind of grosses me out.
But
where am I missing out?
Rice pudding. It's the fucking best shit in the world.
Is it?
I could eat fucking cans of the shit cold, mate.
Well,
just cold out of the can.
I prefer it cold to warm.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you two?
Cold
rice pudding, yeah.
Rice pudding is fucking amazing, mate.
Mate, you two grew up on the bread line.
Well, I mean,
I was middle class until about the age of 8, and I was already not a fan of rice pudding by then, so I'm glad. Enjoy your cold rice pudding, you fucking peasants.
I've not had it for years, to be fair, rice pudding, but I do like it.
Don't blame you.
I'd get one bowl of it when I got out the coal mines every day.
What, do you ever go down your local and be like, oh, I fancy a bit of cold rice pudding?
I'll have a pint and a bowl of rice pudding, please.
I'll have a pint of rice pudding, please.
Right, how do you feel? What about porridge?
Yeah,
like
porridge is a good one. Yeah.
What? Soup?
Yeah, soup's always good.
Fucking hell, what's wrong with you? I've never gone to a
we
restaurant.
have functioning taste buds.
Yeah.
It's not about the taste, it's the consistency.
That's texture. Yeah.
I've never gone to a restaurant and seen a starter and be like, yeah, fancy a bowl of liquidated tomato, yeah.
I don't know, mate. I've heard soups can be pretty fucking good.
I'm just happy with like halloumi and garlic bread.
Nah, mate. If anywhere's got a decent celeriac soup on, mate, I'm all over that.
So, Tuke, me and Hopkins had an idea for a video for my channel. So Hopkins is a pretty good chef. So I said, I'll give Hopkins like a £20 budget or whatever, or a £10 budget. He goes and buys me like X amount of ingredients for that amount, makes up a meal with it, and then I've got to cook it with no idea how to do it. And then he has to eat it afterwards.
Oh, you didn't mention that.
Well, what the fuck's the point?
Well, so he makes something, and
No.
then
So Hopkins is a chef.
So he has a meal in mind. He buys the ingredients, and then
I'll give Hopkins like a tenner.
Make.
I'll give Hopkins tenner. Send him Dan Morrison's. He buys like random ingredients, comes back to me and be like, "All right, make something out of this," and then I've got to sort of make it up.
Something out of this.
Yeah.
Does he tell you what it is you're making?
To be decided.
Right, and then you have to make something, and then Hopkins has to eat it.
Yeah.
I didn't agree. I didn't agree for me getting food poisoning part, but I mean,
come on, mate, it's for the views.
Oh yeah, sweet.
I live pretty close. Bleep Hospital.
I'm sure you must have said where you live loads of times in this podcast.
No, I think I've refrained from saying it.
Have you?
Yeah.
I've said Bradford loads of times.
Yeah, but Bradford's huge.
Yeah, true.
Right, well.
On that note, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, should we lock it off there?
Yeah.
I really want to make a bacon sandwich and have a beer and play some video games.
Yeah, I want to go down for a cigarette.
Right, well, this has been the weirdest Retrobates podcast to date. Thanks for coming, Hopkins.
That's all right.
Popkins, I should say. We do this every time.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
it's John Hopkins from...
Cheers, mate. Thanks for the docs. There's also more than one person by that name in...
No, there's not. He lives just round the corner from Road.
Fuck you. Actually, there is another John Hopkins that lives just round the corner from Montville Road.
Is there?
Yeah, my granddad.
Yeah, well, fuck him as well.
Yeah, my granddad.
and yeah, Tuke as well.
Yeah.
Right. Sign off.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, whoever is listening. Subscribe, like, share. come at us. Love you. Bye. Hate you. Bye. No, that was not a good way to say goodbye. Right, let me do it again. Thanks everyone for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, all of that business. And if you're not familiar with the John Anthony channel, just go and search John Anthony Laugh You Lose. There's some funny stuff over there too. And Tuke used to do some YouTube stuff, but not anymore. So maybe go and check out his stuff, or maybe not.
Fucked it off, didn't I?
He fucked
Don't
it
bother.
off.
It's shit.